Hello to everyone. In this video, I'm going to say some topics within the complex numbers. Okay, the topic started is I want to start is geometrical representation of a complex number. Here, in this geometrical representation of a complex number, we'll take two intersecting lines, mutually perpendicular lines. Actually, perpendicular is a special condition in the intersecting lines. So, we'll take mutually perpendicular lines. This is y dash, x dash, and this is o. Okay. So, what is a complex number? How it looks like? Z equals to x plus iy, right? This x is real part of complex number. Real part of complex number. And this is imaginary part. Imaginary part of complex number. Imaginary part of complex number. Okay, so if you observe, if a complex number is purely real means this becomes 0, means z equals to x plus iy. If you have this, only this becomes a 0, then what you will get, z equals to x. This represents a pure real number. Okay, so the real numbers, what we say here, you can see x, right? So the xox line, this xox line is can be say as a real number. Real x-axis is known as the real axis. X-axis is known as real axis, in which we represent the real part of the complex number, in which we represent real part of complex number. And what about y dash? Y dash here, if you take purely imaginary, z equals to iy, where x is equals to 0, right? We call this as imaginary part of the real number. So here we can represent on y dash axis, we can represent imaginary part of the complex number. So we call this y axis as imaginary axis. Okay, to represent the imaginary part of the x axis. Now if you observe, this geometrical representation of this can be drawn as, how can we draw? Okay, so here, before, in the before figure, I have drawn one what we say, perpendicular lines, right? I have drawn perpendicular lines, and this fully is called as argand plane. Argand, argand plane. Okay, we call that as argand plane. Next, now how to denote a complex number? If you take, we now only we discussed that x is the real axis and y is the imaginary axis. So if you take from x axis, So P of x comma y is a point on the organed plane. P of x comma y is a plane, sorry, is a point on organed plane. Organed plane. And how to denote this in this, we can see. See here, from here to here it will be the x, right? Here to here it will be y. This will be the point. Let us point this as a P and let it be M. Okay, this is O. So from here to here, what will be there? X. The value is X. The length of OM becomes X. Next, PM will be Y. Okay, and this can be said as modulus of Z. Okay, and here already we know in the trigonometry theta. Okay, till here understood, no? Next, coming to modulus of a complex number. Modulus of complex number. Modulus of a complex number is nothing but length of a line segment OP, length of line segment OP is called as modulus of the complex number Z, of Z, which is denoted by mod Z. Okay, so the formula for this is, okay, actually here if you observe, this is a right angled triangle, right? And OP is hypotenuse. So by the Pythagoras theorem, what we can say? OP square is equals to OM square plus PM square. So we don't know OP square. So OP square is equals to OM square is X here. So X square plus PM is Y square, which implies OP is equals to root of X square plus Y square. But what is OP? OP is nothing but the modulus of Z. OP is OP is nothing but modulus of Z. Excuse me. Okay, so therefore OP is equals to mod of Z is equals to root of X square plus Y square. This is modulus of the complex number. Okay, complex number. Next, argument of complex number. Okay, argument of complex number. Okay, see if you take the figure again. Okay, if you take the figure, so this is mod Z and this becomes theta. Okay, so what is the argument of a complex number? Argument of a complex number is nothing but angle made by line segment OP with x-axis is called argument of z or amplitude of z, okay, and denoted as arc of z or amp of z, okay, arc of z or amp of z. So from the figure what we can say, tan theta is equals to, tan theta is nothing but opposite side by adjacent side, that is pm by om, okay, which is equals to, what is pm, this is y and this is x, so y by x, and which is equals to, I is what ma, in complex number z equal to x plus iy, what is the I type, it is an imaginary part of the complex number, so imaginary part of z by real part of z, right, we can write this in this way, right. Therefore what will become theta, theta equals to tan inverse of imaginary part of z by real part of z. This is called the argument, okay, and here theta will have infinitely many values, infinitely many values, infinitely many values differing by multiples of, differing by multiples of 2 pi, 2 pi, okay, and next what can be the values, you can take the unique value, means principal value, starting value, if you observe for pi, sorry, not for pi, for theta is minus pi less than theta less than or equals to pi, this is the principal value of amplitude or principal argument, okay, and one more thing here we have to observe is the argument of z depends upon the argument of z depends on the quadrant in which the point, in which the point P lies in the argand plane, okay, that means we know already in the plane, this is first, second, third and fourth, if you take, this will be, if the point is in the first quadrant, you will get theta equals to alpha, and if you have in the second quadrant, you will get theta equals to pi minus alpha, and if it is in the third quadrant, theta equal to pi plus, theta equals to minus of minus of pi minus alpha, and here theta is equals to minus alpha you will get, right? Till now understood? If you have any doubts, comments or suggestions, specify that in the comment section, and do subscribe to Deep Maths.